Hey everyone, thank you for joining. So today we're gonna well first off, I hope your day is going well. You're learning a lot, just relaxing, getting your mind right, and also just continuously learning so that when you get back, you'll be ready to continue learning and improving your tape and as well as your high school. Today we're gonna pick back up with problem solving word problems, how to solve them, the steps that you can take to solve them. So, just to refresh on the last one that we did, which was just figuring out keywords and how to work those keywords and just to break down your word problems that you will have. So, don't forget our keywords that we kind of went over last week were for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and equal. So for addition, some of the main keywords, I'm not going to go back over all of them, but for some of the main keywords for addition were that you would see in word problems are sum, increase, more than. For subtraction, you will more so see difference. You will see a lot of difference in word problems. That just means subtraction, or reduce, or less than. All three of those just mean subtraction. And for multiplication, you will often see more times than not of. That means multiplication or product or times. So all three of those just mean you just multiplying. And for division, you will see quotient, part, or divided. As simple as that. So those are the three main ones that you would see when it comes to division. And for equal to, you would see some of the three words that you would see is same as, is, are, or were. Those are some of the main ones for the equal. So all those keywords are very, very vital in better understanding and comprehending word problems, because if you go ahead and just find those words in the word problem, it makes your word problem figuring out how to solve the word problem like 10 times quicker and just better overall. So for word problems, you have to just learn how to turn words into numbers. And so, like I said, that's just still dealing with keywords and figuring out those keywords and then turn those keywords into numbers so you can go ahead and solve your problem. But honestly, the best way to deal with word problems is continuously practice, practice, practice. The only way you get better at it is I know that you guys, math is like your struggle, is your Achilles heel. But the only way to get better is to continuously practice, continuously working on it, continuously improve it, and then before you know it, if you continuously work on it, continuously put that effort and practice on it, you would get continuously get better and better. Two of the main myths about word problems are people just think, oh, they're just too hard, in which I'm not a fan of word problems myself, but I knew I had to do it, so I had to figure out and learn a way to solve it and for myself, to simplify it for myself, because I thought it used to be so difficult. But after you breaking it down, it's not as difficult. It's really not. So the two myths are, you think that it's word problems are just so hard, or that it's only for school, like you won't use word problems or problems in general in the real world. But that's false, because you would use that word problem. So for example, so I've written out a word problem, and let's see if we can go ahead and solve that. Just as an example, turn around so you guys can see it. All right, so it reads, Adam had 4 apples. Then Brenda gave him 5 more apples. How many apples does Adam have now? Put that question mark. Does Adam have now? So this is just a simple word problem. And so I'm going to go ahead and underline what is the information that it's giving me. So Adam had 4 apples. Then Brenda gave 5 more. 5 more apples. So more is a keyword, so I know that I'm going to add. So 4 plus 5. It says, how many apples does Adam have now? So all I do is add those two numbers together. And 4 plus 5 is 9. So now Adam has 9 apples. Okay? So that was an example of saying like word problems are always hard. Well, they're not always hard. It's just you got to figure out how to break it down. And another myth is that it's not used. You don't use it. It's something that you can't use every day. Well, you can use it every day if you're trying to figure out painting a room, buying a car, and you want to get the best price for your buying a car, planning a vacation, going grocery shopping. All these are problem solving skills that you have to learn or know in order to do stuff in your everyday life. And those same skills that you're using in your everyday life are those same skills that it will help you to learn how to do word problems. So I wrote down 4 steps that we're kind of going to go discuss a little bit to better help you understand word problems. And the first step to solve basic word problems is to read through the problem and set up a word equation, that is an equation that contains words as well as numbers. So read through the problem. So read the problem to entirety. Don't just read the first sentence and then try to solve the problem. No, read the entire problem out and then figure out what keywords, and go ahead and start setting it up and the way, and just finding the keywords and figuring out what you need to do. The second thing that you can do is plug in numbers in place of words wherever possible to set up a regular math equation. So like I said, those keywords will help you understand, and then also you figuring out if you need to add, subtract, divide, multiply. You know which direction, at least you know which direction you need to go with in your word problem. And then the third thing you can do is use math to solve the equation. Each word problem it involves math, so you know you're going to use math to solve the equation. And then your fourth and final step is to answer the question the problem asks. So whatever answers the problem has in it, if you go ahead and solve whatever answer those questions in the problem that they give you the answer to, and write that over to the side, it'll better help you get you situated to solve your word problem. So we're going to go over some examples of word problems, probably about 3 or 4 examples to just give you a better understanding of how to solve word problems. Alright, I just wrote down the first example, so I'm going to turn it around so you guys can look at it and we'll solve this first word problem. So it says the height of a house is half as long as its width, and the width of the house is 80 feet. How tall is the house? So I underline the information that it's giving me. So it says the height of the house is half as long as its width, and so it gives us the width. So I'm going to write that down. So it gave us a width of 80, and then it says the height of the house is half as long as the width. So for height, I'm going to put width divided, because it says half. So that means when it says half like that, that means we're going to divide. So half or something, if we want to divide it, I'm going to divide it into 2. So all I'm going to do to solve this problem, so now I have this information. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to solve it. So 80, which is our width now. So I'm going to say 80 divided into 2. And then half of 80, if you put that in the calculator, or you just know, half of 80, our answer is 40. So the height, so how tall is the house? The height is 40. So that's how we solve this first example right here. So I went off the keywords. For this, it says half as long as its width, and it says the width of the house is 80 feet. So I had to say half as long, so half of 80. Or if you just know off the top of your head, that's fine too. But I just wanted the steps so that you could figure out how I got 40. So half of 80 is 40. So that's the answer for the first example. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and write out the second example, and then I'll come back. All right, you guys ready for example 2? All right. So it says the express train is moving 3 times faster than the local train. if the local train is going 25 miles per hour, what's the difference in speed between the express train and the local train? So I can already underline some keywords in here. The difference. So that means whatever the answer is, we're going to have subtracted. We're going to be subtracting something. It says moving 3 times faster. 3 times faster than the local train. And then it give the information that it does give us is the local train is going 25 miles per hour. What's the difference in speed between the express train and the local train? So I'm going to go ahead and write out. I might have to hold it. I'm going to go ahead and write out how much the local. The local is 25. The local is 25. And for the express, it said it is 3 times faster than the local train. So 3 times local train. So we 3 times local, and the local for this one is 25. So we're going to say 3 times 25. And then 3 times 25 is 75. Okay? So the express is 75 right now. But now we're going to have to subtract, because it says what is the difference in speed between the express train and the local train. So we have the speed of both trains. Now we got to figure out the difference between them. So in order to do that, I have to say the express, which is 75, different, subtraction, minus 25, right? 75. That's a 7. And 75 minus 25 is, if you said 50, you are correct. It's 50. So in the speed, what is the difference in speed between the express train and the local train? And it is 50 miles. I have to hold it up here. 50 miles per hour. So that's the difference between each train. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to the next example. All right. So our next example says Aunt Effie has $732.84 hidden in her pillowcase, and Aunt Jezebel has $234.19 less than Aunt Effie has. How much money do the two women have altogether? So it's giving us 2 things we have to solve or figure out in this word problem. So first thing first, we have to figure out how. So Aunt Effie has this amount, but it says Aunt Jezebel has $234.19 less than Aunt Effie. So we got to figure out how much Aunt Jezebel has. I don't know why the names are like this. I should have switched the names up, but I saw this word problem and the names just tickled me. All right, so let's go ahead and figure out how much Aunt Jezebel has. So in order to do that, I'm going to take what Aunt Effie has, which is $732.84. Hitting her, and Aunt Jezebel has less than. That's our keyword right there, less than. And less than means I'm going to subtract. So I'm going to subtract $234.19. Let me get my calculator. Can't find my calculator right now. But how much will it be? It will be $498.65. So Aunt Effie had this amount. Jezebel has this amount, so I subtracted the two numbers. And so now, Jezebel, the amount that she has is $498.65. Now that we have her amount, it says, how much money do the two women have all together? In order to figure that out, all I have to do is says all together, so that means we're going to add the numbers. So, Aunt Effie, her total is $732.84 plus what Aunt Jezebel had, which we just found that answer. So plus $498.16. And these two numbers added together will give you a total of $1,231.49. So this is the answer for this question. So I just went, like I said, I just went out the keyword. I found it said Aunt Jezebel has $234.19 less than Aunt Effie has. So I knew that Aunt Effie had this amount. So less than let me know that I had to subtract something. So I had to subtract the 234.19 for this. That's how we found Aunt Jezebel's amount. And then it says the two women have all how much money do the two women have all together? So all I have to do is add those two numbers together to get the total of how much they had all together. Okay? I'm going to find one more example for you guys and then we'll work that out as well. Okay, so our last problem, it says, now this is a long one, but I'm going to probably have to erase some of this just so that we can write on the rest. Okay? Let me get this straight. Okay. On a recent shopping trip, Travis bought six shirts for $19.95 each, and 2 pair of pants for $34.60 each. He then bought a jacket that cost $37.08 less than he paid for both pair of pants. If he paid the cashier with 3 $100 bills, how much change did he receive? Okay, so it says he bought 6 shirts for $19.95 each and 2 pair of pants for $34.60 each. So this is a perfect example of using word problems in real life situations because you guys buy clothes, lots of clothes. So this is a perfect example. So I'm gonna go ahead and write out this scenario. Find a little marker. Okay, so it says 6 shirts for $19.95. So I'm gonna say $19.95 times 6. Let me get my calculator. $19.95 times 6, and that is $119.76. And this is for shirts. Okay. For pants, he said about 2 pair of pants, 2 pair of pants for $34.60 each. So in order for me to get this total, I'm gonna say 34.60 times 2, because it says about 2 pair, times 2, and I'm gonna get this total, 34.60 times 2, and it is 69.20. So we know that for shirts he spent $119.70, and for pants he spent 69.20 cents. So it says he then bought a jacket that cost $37.08 less than he paid for both pair of pants. So in order for me to figure out how we got to figure out now how much this jacket costs. So it's less than the amount he paid for the pants. So that less than means we're going to what? We're going to subtract. So I'm going to say for jacket, I'm going to say, and he spent $34.60 on pants, and it says the jacket costs $37.08 less than. So that subtract 37.8, and this will give me, so we have 34 point, sorry, the total for pants. The total for pants is 69.20. I was about to say that's, hold on, but it's 69.20, which we added the two together and got that amount. So 69.20 minus 37. So let me do that and calculate. 69.20 minus 37.8 cents, and that total is 32.12. Okay, so the jacket, he paid $32.12 for that. So now we got to add all these totals together. So I'm gonna go ahead and erase. It says he paid the cashier with $300 bills. How much change did he receive? So now we got to add all these up to figure out how much change he received. So I'm gonna go ahead and erase. Let me erase this. Start up here. Okay, so for shirts we have, I'm gonna rewrite it up here, $119.70. For pants we have a total of $69.20. And then for the jacket we have $32.12. So I'm gonna add all three of these numbers together. Our first number is 119.70 plus 69.20 plus 32.12, and so his total came to $221.02. Now I gotta, so he gave the cashier $300, so we have to figure out how much he's gonna get back. So I'm just gonna say 200. So I'm gonna say in the calculator 300 minus this amount, minus $221.02. So the amount he's going to get back is $78.98. $78.98. Okay, so that's our last example for word problems. I hope this was very, very helpful and informative to you guys. I hope that it benefits you guys and that you just be able to learn how to break down word problems and to solve word problems. Okay, so until tomorrow, you guys, just go back, go over those examples again and pause it before I give the answer, and just see if you can figure it out without and then go back and play the answer and just see if you guys get the same answer, because like I said, it's just going to take practice, and more practice in order to solve and be better at word problems. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you later. Miss you guys. Bye.